Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be giving you guys a cap space update for the Washington Commanders after some new cap space news came out. This is how much money the Washington Commanders will have to spend in free agency, the draft, for extensions, and much more. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and that notification bell as well, on the road to 16,000 subscribers. So let's get ahead and start this video. So the Commanders have a lot of cap space. They have $82.2 million in cap space, which right now is third in the NFL. You can see the top 10 there, and for a while, you have to go down a while until you get to the next NFC East team. They're not in the top 10. So for the Commanders, that is good news. I believe that next might be the Eagles. The Cowboys and Giants are pretty low as well. So the Commanders are in a really good spot. And teams were informed to expect a 2025 salary cap to settle between 277.5 and 281.5. So that was a little bit of a higher jump than expected. So the cap continues to go up and up and up, and it's going to continue to go up with the increase of popularity within the NFL, and then also the money, the media deals and stuff. So that is going to continue to increase, and hopefully they will be aware, but the smart ones will be aware of how to use that, especially when they're going to go up and up even more than they are right now, and even a higher percentage than they just went up in the next few years because of TV deals that are going to come in the next few years that are expected to continue to rise. So maybe you can back end the deals a little bit more than you were originally going to. So going over the cap space, so like I said, Commanders have around the third most in the league, and the jump was a little bit higher than usual or than expected. I don't know what they were before. It was around this though. You look at other teams, and the next closest team in the NFC East is the Eagles, and they have $22 million. So the Commanders have roughly 4 times the amount that the Eagles have. I mean, obviously a little bit less than 4 times, but it's close to that. And then the next team in the NFC East is the Cowboys with I missed the Giants. I don't know what I was thinking. The Giants are at 48, so a little over half of what the Commanders have. The Giants have, and then you go to the Cowboys, who are struggling right now, $2.5 million in cap space. So they are not in a good spot at all. And the Commanders are in a very good spot. They do have to, sign a lot of players, but also, this number was lower, this number of players that they had. So I think their cap space was around this before, but then, signing the future guys and the future contracts, made it a little bit less. And then now with the increase in cap, it increases it a little bit more. So the Commanders have 46 guys under contract, which is a little bit below average, but before it was much below average. So you see the Patriots at 60, you see the Raiders at 54, the Bears 46. There's a couple teams under the Commanders, 45. Only one team that I see actually, and that is the Chargers. And then there's some a few other teams that are in the 40s, but most teams are probably like mid 50s. I would say that's probably the average if they had that. I don't think they do. There's a couple teams in the 60s. You look at the Commanders cap space. I will go over that in a second here. So Deron Payne has the biggest cap number this year, $26 million. So you're paying that for Deron Payne is crazy, but they can't really do anything about it. They'll save $400K if they cut him right now. If they cut him post June 1st, they'll save some money, $12 million. But there'll be a $15 million cap hit, so you're paying him $15. If you trade him pre-June 1st, you save 9.4. Post June 1st, you save a lot of money. So I wouldn't mind a trade for trading Deron Payne. I just don't know if that gets you anywhere, if a team is going to be willing to do that. John Allen has a little bit of guaranteed money on the deal. If you cut him pre-June 1st, post-June 1st, it's the same thing. You're saving $16.5 million in cap space. Obviously, nothing's going to happen with Terry, but these are all the numbers. If they wanted to, they could restructure Terry. So his cap number is 25. I think he's going to be extended because I believe he's not under contract for he's not under contract for 2026. It's a void deal. So I would expect this number to go down to like 15-ish. The way extensions work, usually you can, free up some cap space for that, current year. And that's usually in terms of free agent deals. If you sign a big time free agent deal, the first year is going to be the least amount of money you're paying. So for Terry, you can probably get that down to like 15-ish, and you save like $10 million in cap space for this year. Lattimore, maybe they can restructure. You save some money there. John Allen, like I said, you can save $16 million there. I'll go ahead and do it, or at least restructure or trade him and see if you can get anything. The trade, I already talked about it. But if you want to trade John Allen, you are getting the same savings as cutting him. And then other ones, Wiley, if you trade him, it's a $2 million cap hit. What if you cut him? Same thing. Cut post June 1st doesn't make a difference with Wiley, so that could be a possibility. I don't mind Wiley, so I personally would keep him, but I would understand if they want to move on from him or at least do a restructure. Eckler's a possibility if they want to move on from him, but you're not saving much, and I think he was a good contributor last year. And those are the main deals that I think could happen. They got some other guys under contract here. You can see the whole deal. They got Demetric Felton. I made a video about him. I like that future signing. Chris Moore, Bobby Price. You got all those guys right there. Jordan McGee. But they have a lot of guys to add on to the roster. You got 46 right now. They got to add 44 guys. So they got to add 44-ish. They don't have to, but usually teams are at around 90-man rosters going into OTAs, mini camp, stuff like that. So they got 44 guys to add. You're assuming, let's say, 10 guys at the draft. Or let's say 14 guys with the draft because of guys you draft and then undrafted free agents. So that puts you at 60, maybe like 65 if we want to push it, if they're going to sign a bunch of undrafted free agents, which honestly will probably happen. They signed a decent amount last year. So let's say 65 with the draft and undrafted free agency. And then let's say, 15 somewhat significant free agents, like guys that are probably going to make the team. So I said, we're at 65. That puts you at 80. And then you sign 10-ish camp bodies. That's kind of what you're looking at. That's the breakdown. Things could be a little bit different, but that's how I kind of see it. Again, 15-ish free agents that at least all of them have a chance or a solid chance of making the roster. That's how I would see it. Obviously, not all 15 of those guys are going to be starters. They don't have enough, spots for that. But there's going to be some starters, of course, that they get in free agency. Maybe an edge rusher, a receiver, I would assume. They're going to get a tight end in free agency. I'm assuming that's Zach Ertz. He's a free agent, though. Bobby Wagner, assume he comes back and they get him. Maybe a cornerback. So I would assume a few, probably 3-4 starters for sure that come out of free agency. 2 of those, I would assume Wagner and actually, 3 of them, Wagner, Chin, and Ertz, probably. So that gets you 3. And then I would assume like maybe 1 or 2 other starters. So that gets you like 5 starters that, fill spots for free agency. And then, some other guys that are going to be, fighting for a starting spot that could start. And then some guys that are going to be on the roster, but maybe not huge contributors, or guys that, they're going to take a swing on like they did last year with Noah Igbenogany, which, I thought he was going to be like the 4th, 5th corner. He ended up being a starting corner for us. A guy like Mike Davis didn't work out, but, they're taking swings. And it's going to be a lot of the same this year, in my opinion. Just with that X factor of maybe they make a big trade. Maybe they trade for Myles Garrett. Maybe they trade for a Trey Hendrickson or Max Crosby if they somehow become available. Or maybe they go after a receiver in the trade market. Deebo Samuel and Cooper Kupp are the ones that make a lot of sense and I think are realistic. Some other options people are, Christian Kirk I think will get cut, but Garrett Wilson, DK Metcalf, I don't see those guys available right now, but maybe it'll happen in the future, and those guys are options as well if they're on the trade market. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did stay until the end, go ahead and I'm trying to think of an OG. we'll go Gary Clark. We'll go Gary Clark. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below Gary Clark if you stayed till the end. Peace.